Hello and welcome to That British Homestead. My name's Nick, and today, we are harvesting the last of our carrots. Woohoo! Sadly, our carrots didn't go as much as planned as normal because of that horrible frost and all of the snow. So some of our carrots have been quite problematic, and I think I lost quite a few bits in this bed. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest this whole bed, even though normally I would wait for a little bit later when things start warming up and things start growing, because the greens have broken off and broken down and they've kind of gone squishy. So in the UK we are zone 9A, which means we normally have quite a temperate climate. However, we have actually had some really cold weather it's unseasonably cold this time of year. So this has led to our carrots becoming severely frost damaged, and when a carrot freezes they kind of become a little bit squishy, and because they keep repeatedly squeezing they've like literally turned into little bags of like squishy disgustingness. So what we're going to do is harvest the entire bed. What I'm going to do with this is like the third time that I've harvested this bed, because I always sow them too thick and then I harvest the biggest ones, and then I harvest the biggest ones, then I harvest the biggest ones. Do you see what I mean? But this time I've just gone through and taken the entire lot, which normally I would leave the smallest ones to grow on so that I had more carrots in spring. My favourite thing to do with carrots is to make carrot cake. If you've never had carrot cake, you're missing out in life. It is amazing. And about March time, I make carrot cake. So I will be making sure that I have some of these for my carrot cake, even by freezing them, blending them up and adding them into my cake, because I love carrot cake. It has become a family tradition that we eat carrot cake at Easter. Okay, that it could be literally torrential rain, snow, sleet, you name it, but we will be on Easter morning, we will be barbecuing, we will be eating carrot cake, and come hell or high water, we will be doing our Easter egg hunt. And I mean, we've done this every year, no matter what the weather, so we don't mind. And even if I have to use frozen carrots for our carrot cake, we will eat it. I'm really making this sound good, aren't I? But for me, Easter is carrot cake, peas, and lamb. Okay, like everything else doesn't matter as long as I've got those. And if I'm really make it special, some rosemary, herby, new potatoes. Oh, lovely stuff. So as I'm going round, I'm getting all my carrots. Like I said, these are little chantenay carrots, which are little kind of like small carrots. Some of them are rainbow chantenays. Some of them are Paris market, which look like round ones. And basically what I'm going to be doing, ox heart. So basically what I'm going to do is break off the tops. I've actually got the compost just to the right of this image, and you can see I'm throwing them left for some odd reason, but the compost, I promise, is over there. I don't know why I'm throwing them the other direction, and that's why you can see me throwing things off, which is not working because I keep throwing them in the wrong direction. That's my burn pile that I'm putting perennial weeds in, and apparently carrot tops as well. Do you know what? When you make YouTube videos, you kind of like watch them back and you're like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And this is one of their moments I'm like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I think in a little while I'll pick them all up and put them in the compost where they should have been originally. But you know what? Like, make the work twice as hard for yourself, Nick. But I'm really excited about these carrots. They're something that I look forward to quite a lot. I think I planted these in like July time, so they've had quite a while in the bed. This bed is horse manure from the horses that my friend owns. So I literally know these horses from like for ages, and we dug this horse manure, we brushed the horses. It's really awesome, and it's nice to see how much I'm able to produce from this bed, because I've had a few kilos of carrots from this bed, and you can see the onions that I've kind of interplanted with them are doing great. I am probably this weekend actually going to plant in some peas, because I told you one of the ingredients for Easter is peas, and chocolate eggs, I guess. But it is really important that I have that. So I'm going to make sure that I put all my peas in this bed, probably this weekend, because I've pulled all of these bad boys out. But I couldn't do it last weekend because it got down to like the minuses again. And the entire harvest this year has really, really like struggled because of the cold weather. It's been incredibly hot and then it's been incredibly cold, and I just can't get it. I know that people now are going to have like the complete utter worst decisions to plant out all of the really tender things. Now, I'm not kidding you. So one of my friends actually, so don't go ahead and plant out your frost tender crops because it's going to be a bad move. It has warmed up though. It's really nice and warm, isn't it? But it's not going to stay that way. I don't know. I obviously have no crystal ball, but I just know that we're going to have at least one more frost. For example, tonight it's going to get down to -2, and then on Tuesday it's going to get to -1. And then it's going to brighten up until 7 at the lowest. So this is very warm, and I've got loads of stinging nettles that I'm being able to pull up, which is very exciting, I do know. So I've kind of like gone ahead and taken those stinging nettles and I've put them on the burn pile. I will be burning them. The best way to get rid of stinging nettles is drowning and burning. Okay, see, another squishy carrot. Isn't it gross? So lots of these carrots, lots of them are just full of just literally just falling apart. They're so gross. But a lot of them are good, so I'm just collecting whatever I can. I'm also pulling out the stinging nettle. The stinging nettle it's not grown through the cardboard, but it's kind of grown along the no-dig bed, which is great because it's so easy to pull out of the no-dig bed. I've really enjoyed that part of this bed. Look, as you can see, look at that. And you've seen me struggle, guys. You've seen me struggle with stinging nettles. This is like coming up as easy as bindweed. And this is one of the advantages of a no-dig bed. And I do notice that people say, oh, no-dig beds, they don't have any weeds. I wouldn't say that's true. I would say no-dig beds, they have less weeds. I think or no-dig beds, they make it really easy to harvest and pull weeds out. I would completely agree with that, but I wouldn't say that no-dig beds have no weeds. I do still think for the first few months, the weed pressure on the bed is less, but still significant, as you can see, right? So I'm going to be weakening this every so often by just pulling it. I'm not digging, I'm just pulling it up. And I'm trying to get as much of it as possible, but I'm not going to dig it out. As you can see, it just literally pulls out like it's designed to do that. And I will be taking these, obviously with my gloves on, and I'm going to just go ahead and put them into the burn pile and I'll burn them. And if you're thinking about all of the carbon and stuff that I'm going to be releasing into the atmosphere, yes, that's a big issue. That's why I try to compost most things. But this will spread all the way through my garden unless I go ahead and burn it. Because you just don't get the sort of heat that I need to make sure that this is destroyed. As you can see, it's really spread already throughout this no-dig bed. But it's no big thing getting it out. And the more you do this, the more likely you are to weaken the plant. Now, because this allotment just basically has not been maintained at all, it is a little bit like these weeds are perennials, right? They are so well established in this allotment. They've been here for years and years and years. Their roots go very, very deep into the soil. I've covered them up and I've put this compost on top. So unless I pull out all of these weeds and I keep pulling them out, they're going to be here forever. Okay, so you will see me do this along a few times. I have to say, like, I wish that the weeds were this, like, I wish that I had this sort of weeds in the summer. Could you imagine? Oh my days. I don't even know what I'd do with my time if I had this few weeds. You know, because when spring comes around, the weeds are going to be bad. I'm not looking forward to it, but we get to plant, which I do look forward to. So you see what I mean? There's like some good things and some bad things about having spring. Good things, I get to plant loads of plants. I love planting plants. Bad things, everything else gets to grow, which is not good. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through and sort of remove everything that I don't really like the look of, which is great. I am quite liking no dig. I really enjoy the horse manure for things like carrots, onions, garlics, what are they called? Parsnips, etc. I really, really do enjoy them. However, I will see how it goes this year. If this year I don't get overrun by these perennial weeds, I'm not even worried about annual weeds, I'm worried about perennial weeds. If that's not the case, then I'll be like, oh, tickety boo, way hey, life is good, I won't worry about it. But if it isn't, then I don't know, we will see, won't we? This patch was surprisingly good last year, though, wasn't it? Like, for weeds, I mean. It was surprisingly good. And it's just more the outside of the patch growing into the patch than the patch producing a load of weeds. You see what I mean? We did get quite a lot of thistles. But I believe that was inside the horse manure when I brought it here. So, but the horse manure is broken down completely, and it is so light and fluffy. And I've actually, like, I watched back this video and I'm walking on the horse manure, and you can literally see where I walk on the ground and it just springs up. My goodness, if you've ever tilled soil, you know that that's not something that's normal. I really enjoy this, but like I said, I don't believe in pushing any form of growing on anyone, because this is the sort of thing that, like, you lose friends over. It's a little bit like telling someone how to parent. It's just a big no-no. You don't tell someone how to parent, or how to dig or not dig. It's just something that I just don't get involved in. However, I am enjoying it quite a lot. I just think it's a good option. If you have enough compost, that's all I'm going to say about it. However, back to Eden, I really enjoy that one too. So I think there are two very, very good. I don't know, because I like Roof Stout as well. Oh, I just like all of them. So I'm very excited. I've actually just picked up all of my potatoes today. I've got some early potatoes, first earlies, main crop, and main crop. I think that's it. I also got some salad blues. I got some all different colours ones. I can't remember what they actually are. I'll go through them when I start chitting them. I'm really excited about this growing season. So here I'm going to put all my peas, like I told you. I might do. I'm in an R in whether to do a row of parsnips here or not. I'll probably do my parsnips on the other side, because I'm trying to be a person that likes parsnips, right? I don't believe that just because they taste, I'm trying to think of a nice way of saying bad. They're not my favourite flavour. I'm trying to be someone who likes parsnips, okay? So one of my friends said, oh, you like parsnips, but you just haven't actually grown them and eaten them right. So I was like, okay, fair enough. So I started growing them and allowing them to go to a really significant frost, and then harvesting them. They're better. And also I'm cooking them, basically, I'm cooking them until they can't be cooked anymore, so they're super crispy. And they are actually quite nice. I like parsnips really, really well roasted in the oven, or I like roasted parsnips as crisps. So they're my two things, but I want to be able to eat parsnips and everything, because I really like them. And to be honest, this year you saw how many of my peppers that I saved and chopped up and put in the freezer. I don't like green peppers. I don't like them because they're disgusting. And I want to be someone who likes green peppers. So I have eaten them. I wouldn't say in every meal, but most meals. I've eaten them throughout the summer, the winter and the summer actually. And today we had fried rice with chicken and green peppers. And I ate the green peppers, and I kind of like had a couple left on my plate, and I said to myself, look, you need to be someone who likes green peppers. So I started picking them up and eating them. And you know what? I ate them and I was like, they taste fine. That was like literally my fault. My fault was like, they taste fine. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, I am a sort of person that eats green peppers. It's very exciting, isn't it? And I'm hoping one day I'll be the sort of person that likes parsnips. And I know that you don't have to eat them to be healthy, but I want to eat them because I want to have all the nutrients in my body. And the more I do this, the more I see the benefit of it. And the same as Jasmine. Jasmine, my daughter, we had these carrots actually and some swede, and I mashed it up and put it on her plate, and she said, I don't like it. I said, you haven't eaten it. She goes, oh, but I've had it before, I don't like it. So while she's telling me how much she hates it, she's kind of absent-mindedly eating it, because she said she'd eat the carrots. So she's absent-mindedly eating the carrots and the swede, and by the time she finished complaining, she'd eaten the whole lot. As you can see, some of these carrots are severely affected by the frost and are just so squishy they just fall apart or are just completely, utterly soggy. But some of them are doing really, really well and are absolutely fine. They are smaller than I would have actually liked. But like I said, I have to kind of harvest them so they don't start to bolt. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're still watching, please consider subscribing, as we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.